So today we are going to start Maven. So we will first today see the basic structure of the Maven, and then we will integrate the test ng with the Maven. So these are the topics for today. First, we will cover the theoretical part. What is Maven? How it help us to design a framework, and then we will download the Maven right from official site, and then after we will set up the path variables, right? So we need this to for writing any test case or any code inside Eclipse. We have to configure these two things, right? Just like we have did it for Java, that Java path we have set it up, and then after we will check that whether we have configured Maven correctly or not, and then after we will understand the pom.xml file, which is the one of the most important file in Maven. Okay, so let's download. So from here we where download. So depends on which machine you are using. Based on that, download that. I will showing you the path. See, go here, download Maven, right? And after this, click on this, right? So these are two files: Apache Maven 3.6.3 WinZip, right? And this one is another. So if you are working with the Windows, then download this. If you are working with the Mac OS, then download this. So I have Windows operating system, so I will download this, right? But understand, if someone is using the official laptop, then I will not suggest to do this in his office laptop. If he or she having permission, then do this. I just wanted to inform you that sometimes that we don't allow to access C drive in official laptops, right? So we will face problem while configuring the things. That's why I'm saying this. So just click on this, then Maven will be downloaded. See, I have downloaded here. See, go here, this PC, and I have downloaded inside this download site. So this is downloaded. After that, copy any place, copy to any place. So I have copied it here, right? So Selenium training, and then I have made a folder Maven and pasted this zip file here. After that, you need to extract this file, right? So once you will extract this, then this will be coming like this structure. Okay, so I will be giving you this path. The chat box is not coming. Chat box. From this path you can download Maven, right? Once you download that, then you have to set up the path, right? Then I have to set up the path. So how can we do that? Just same we have did it for Java, same way we have to do this. This PC I am using the Windows 10, right? Right click in this and properties, just click on this properties, right? So this pop-up window will open. Just click on this advanced system settings, right? And after this you have environment variables, right? Now here we have to set up two things. First of all, Maven home, then path, right? So if you want to set up the maven home, that you have to do for sure, then just go to your where you have extracted maven, apache maven, and copy this, right? This is your home directory, right? Copy this till apache maven 6 3.653 and then copy this. Come here, add as new maven home and then paste this path. Okay, I have already did this, that's why I am skipping this. I will show you maven home and this, right? Once you set up the maven home, then go for the path. You have to click on this pin, right? Now copy this, come here, new path, and paste it, and okay, I have already did this, right? So see, if I come to path, I can show you, double click, then this is your maven path. So till here you have home, right? And after that it comes to path. Okay, so maven home you have to set up, and then you have to set up the path, right? Now you are okay to work with the maven. Okay, so now we will go to Eclipse. Now we can work with the maven. Before start working with the maven, just go to command prompt, write this command mvn hyphen sorry mvn hyphen version, right? If you are getting this message, then it means that you have correctly installed the maven. Okay, now you can start working with the maven, with the creating the maven projects. Okay, let me close this and create a maven project for you. Now go to file, new, and project, right? Now we are not going to create a Java project, just type here maven, right? Double click on this maven project, right? Next, and see which you have to select. You have to select this maven.apache.archetype, maven.archetype.quickstart. This is for testers, right? We normally use this. You can go for anyone, but this is sufficient for us. Others for maven is not only for your selenium, right? Not only for your particular things, so it is for supported multiple platforms, right? Multiple languages. That's why, right? Just copy this. No, after you selecting, click, double click on this, right? So I will again go here, show you project maven. I have maven project, and then next, right? After that, already if you have selected this, then okay, otherwise click on next, right? See, this is your artifact id. What is set, if whatever you will give, it will create package name, project name as that, right? So suppose I am creating maven tutorial, right? Then this is my project name, right? And if I give the first, then it will create project packages name as first, right? So maven example, finish this. See, maven project is created, maven tutorial, whatever I have given the artifact id, it has created the maven or project name as that, right? Now explore this and try to understand the structure. This we don't have to touch as of now, we just have to create test cases, right? So as of now we were we will be working with the src test java only, right? When we'll develop the framework, then we'll touch this on, right? Currently we don't need this. Then after this is src test, all your test cases will be written under this one, right? So explore this and see. This is by default package that you have created with the group id and the project name, right? So you can see this. Now inside this you have to create packages. Don't go under this, right? You have to create packages in this level, right? I can show you the structure. What this src slash main slash java means, it means that inside this project you have this src folder. In this project level you have this src folder. Inside that src folder you have another folder in it, main, and inside main you have java folder, right? After that level comes here, that inside java folder you have maven x folder and dot is here. So maven x folder, inside maven x folder there is maven tutorial folder. I can show you this, right? But see, before that there are two src at same level project with this src at same level. This means there is one src folder, and inside src folder main and test are two folders, right? And inside main there is a different java folder, inside test there is a different java folder. We can check here. We go to here and codes, just go to maven tutorial. Inside src go main and test 2 folder. Inside main there is java, inside java there is a maven x. Inside this you have maven tutorial and then app test.java, that is class. Let me show you. Maven project, right? This is your maven tutorial project, right? Inside maven tutorial you have src. Yeah, I have src. Inside src there is a main. Yeah, there is a main. Inside main there is a java. Yeah, there is a java, right? If I'll explore this, then see maven x. Yeah, there is a maven x, then maven tutorial, right? So this way you will understand, but currently we don't have to touch this part, right? We have to work with this src test java, right? All your test cases will be created under this only, right? Other logics that you have to design a framework, base classes, and other logic that are common things will be given here. All the test cases will be written under this, because this will considered as a test ng work inside this only, right? So you have to start working with this. Let me create a folder here, new and package, right? Because this is default package, we don't have to use this. If you want to delete it, just delete this, right? Let it be. Let me create a package that is degrade. Sorry, we have to first create a package, and package will be created in this level, right? Right click inside it and package. Inside I am creating a regression test package, right? I am giving name regression. I will create another package, new sanity, right? Inside regression I will create a test case, suppose test class. Make a habit after every class name. Suppose I have class name A, give this test pointers, right? Currently if you are running with the test ng, it will work, right? But when we will run our test cases using the command prompt, the maven, run with the maven, like maven project, then it will not considered as a test class, right? If you will not give this test after your class name. That's why Maven helps us to design a framework. See, Maven is a software management tool. It helps us to develop a framework. How? Just because you understand that framework gives us some rules to follow, right? And it gives us some common mechanism. Suppose I am leaving this project tomorrow and someone is coming at my place, then Maven provide a mechanism. People just have to understand that mechanism, right? If you will be working inside core Java part, right? That core if you will not work in a framework, then it will be hard to understand someone else design framework, someone else design logic, right? That's why Maven gives us that, okay, inside this I don't need to give go here, because Maven says that you have to write all your test cases under this src test Java, right? And after that, see, it is also build management tool. Means if you have created a new class, then you don't have to take care of that thing. It will manage all your builds, right? So this will be covered later on, but this part you have to understand that if someone asks what is Maven, so Maven is basically build and software management tool, right? And why this line is written central repository to get all the dependencies. It means that previously, if you have to start working with this Selenium, right? If you have to write this Selenium code, so if you are making any project, then with that project you had to add those Selenium jars in your project, right? So you are going to Java build path and you are keep adding those Selenium jars, right? Now Maven will get you relief from that, right? So you just have to add dependencies, and Maven will really download all these libraries for you, all the jars for you. Like if you add dependencies for Selenium, then it will add all the jar files for Selenium. You don't have to take care of. If you want to work with the Excel sheets, then you just have to add Apache POI dependencies, and it will add all the jar files. You don't need to go and search in Google, download Apache POI jar file. No, Maven will be searching that inside whole internet and downloading for you, right? So dependencies are basically to download your jar files, right? And second thing is that generalized structure, right? So what does it mean? That I told you that it provides a generalized structure that we have to follow. Means you are going and writing test case here, this is not right mechanism, right? That's why Maven give you a structure to be followed, right? So it helps us in that way. That's why I have created all my test folders inside this src test Java only, right? Now I will create two classes, right? So we have to understand this pom.xml file, right? So if you want to work with the Selenium, then you have to provide Selenium dependencies here. Okay, I will coming to this topic. First of all, let me create two. Let me first go to this folder and create a class. I am giving name a test. I can give any of now, because today we are running our test cases with the TestNG, it will work. But tomorrow if I'll run my test cases with the Maven, run as Maven build, then this will be not considered as a test class if I will not write this test at the last. So this is mechanism, right, that you have to follow. Keep it on practice, that's why. Now similarly I have to do at the rate test annotation, because we are writing a TestNG test, right? So here yesterday I have already included that plugin, right? So once you will add @test, right, right, first test, right. Go here and add testng library, then again go. See, this testng is added now inside your memory. Now again go and import annotations, right. Okay, now I will run this. See, test run 1 and passed 1, right. So this is working. Now see what we are going to do in upcoming last 2 weeks, 1.5 week. First of all, we have already seen that test ng. So two topics are left in this: data provider and annotation. And one thing is left, that listeners. This part will sing tomorrow. Now we have started movement. So these are building blocks of your framework. So you have to learn one by one. Then we will see page object model. This is the third building block of your framework. Then extend reports, reporting better than testng index.xml, and Excel sheets that you have to understand, right. So now also properties files. So you can understand one by one, you are covering each and everything, and then you will create a framework. Okay, so this is our first step that I have done. Now suppose let me comment this line and I want to run any Selenium code. I will copy these 4 lines, paste it here, right. See why this is error coming, just because I told you that if you are working and creating any new project, then you have to add Selenium jars. We have not added this, right, and we will not add. So Maven will add those jars. See, inside this Maven dependencies, currently you don't have any, Selenium jar, right. So I have collapsed it now. See, currently don't have any Selenium jar. Once we will add dependencies of the Selenium inside this form.xml file and we will save this, then it will automatically download it for you. I will remove this dependency JUnit. We are working with the testng. We can comment this also. So see, this parent class is dependency, right, and this is closing here, right. You don't need to touch these two, right, closing and opening of the dependencies. Just remove this because JUnit is something different. We are working with the testng, right. Once you'll remove this, so see, if you'll explore this, then apptest.java is giving you error. Why? Just because here it has included JUnit things, right. So either you need to delete this class, right, to remove the error, and then error will be gone, because we have removed the dependency of the JUnit, right. So let me come here and okay, let it be. just folder is dot. Okay, once I will remove the dependency, then it see, currently this folder is here. If you don't have any dependency, then it don't need of this folder, so folder is gone, right? So if you'll again uncomment it, this automatically doing it for you, right? So I will remove this because we don't need, or let it be, we will understand it later. Okay, now you have to add this see, you currently don't have any selenium jar. Now you have to add selenium jar here. Okay, so how will you do? Then go to this maven and just type on Google also, you can do this selenium. And selenium with what language? Java jar, right? Maven, selenium java maven, just give this maven dependency, right? And see maven repository.com, this is official website, click on this. See, this 4.0 versions are not stable, alpha 6, alpha 5, so that's why currently I am just including 3.0, right? This is your last stable version, right? So go for the second last stable version, right? So error chances will be reduced. Okay, I will copy this dependency. Before pasting, I will again show you currently don't have any selenium library. That's why a test is giving me an error, right? Now I will add dependency here, and where you have to add dependency, let's see it carefully. See, dependencies opening here and closing here. In between you have to paste your code, right? Dependency. So selenium java and the path and the version, right? Copy this dependency, paste here, save it, and now explore this. See, all selenium dependencies are downloaded, right? And now if you go here, save this, error is also gone. Now run it. I have not searched for any jar file, I have not included any jar file in my code, right? But still it did it for me. Okay, that's what we wanted to run, and we run that. Okay, so test run one and passes well. Okay, let me remove this code. I just wanted to show that how dependencies work, right? Now let me uncomment this code. We will again today match testng with the maven. Now see one thing, suppose if you are working with the multiple things, right? And you have added more than 100 plus dependencies, and those 100 plus dependencies downloaded 5,000 jars for you. Suppose jar, if these 100 plus dependencies, if you have added here and these had downloaded 5,000 jars for you, right? Suppose this is the case. So people can ask you, every time if you running the code, will it download the dependency? Then answer will be no. See, it creates, once you add dependency, it creates local repository for you, like here. M folder, right? And inside M2 folder it creates repository, right? And it stores in local level, right? And if you want to check your this Selenium jar, where right click, properties, and go to this part, repository, org, selenium hq, selenium java, selenium, and you can go for the path for particular file. So first of all, if you run program, then it checks at local, right? If local repository have that jar file for any feature, either the Selenium, either the Apache POI, either the JUnit, either the TestNG, locally it looks for that first. And if it is not present in your local repository, then it download from the server, right? So this way your Maven works. So it saves time, just like in your Gmail. Emails are saved at your local place, right? So if you have not connected with your internet and still you are accessing already coming mails, then it will allow you that, right? Every time it will not ask you to, right? So at the local database it saves, right? So now we will understand TestNG with the Maven. Okay, so let me close this. I have created two packages. Just close this package, this regression, and I will create another package, sanity. Okay, so sanity have two classes, C test, right, and suppose D test, right? And in this regression I have another method at the rate before suite. Why? Let me come to C test. Inside this, sys sanity first, right? And inside the, then inside this just create at the rate test void regression. After shoot, C test, after test, sanity first, D test. D test is the class sanity. I am creating any random order, and just because we know that what will be the mechanism for execution, we'll first understand sanity second, right? And A test is of your regression, then just keep the regression first. If we are knowing the flow of the execution, then you can write anything and we will get the output, right? And give this regression first. Before suite, and there is any after suite. After suite is there, then after test is there, but there is no before test. So if you want to give any before test, you can give. Otherwise, it's not compulsory that if you have after test, then you should have before test. It's not compulsory, right? I am giving here why before test. Okay. Now convert this project to testng project, right? Right click testng and convert to testng. So it will create testng.xml file for you. Now see, testng.xml file is created. Now what order it should execute? That see, we are attaching our testng with the Maven. Now we will attach page object model, then we will attach the reports, extend reports, the advanced version, and then we'll understand base class, and this way we'll start building the framework, right? So you can understand we are covering each and every topic. This is 5 building blocks that I have shown for the design framework, right? So see, first of all, I said you that before shoot will be checked because you are here, right? Your code execution starts from here. So first all it will check any before suite present inside whole project. So it have this much classes. It will looking to all this, right? That any before suite is present. So first of all, it will try to look. Suppose I have before suite present here, right? So it will execute. Anybody like Anabarsu, can you tell what will be the output? I will open all the required files for you. Okay. See, after it will be coming here, right? After suite, see, it will look inside all these files, right? All these files which are attached, that any before suite is present here, right? So before test is here just because before suite is already completed, right? So before test, this is present here. So now it will run before test, right? Okay, now okay, okay, okay. But we have not any before class. Yeah. Add at the rate test. So what will be the next output after these two? See, yeah, before suit and before test is executed, then see, we don't have before class, we don't have before method, right? After that we just, then what will be the order of the output? Let me remove this file because this node belongs to our testng file, right? See, I am telling, it will go into this sanity package, because after the before class it will follow whatever the order is given, right? So after before class, if you have added this class sanity pack, right? So it will go to sanity package first, then you have added dot c test, so it will be directly jumping into c test, right? It will be coming here, right? Now c test has after test, but this will be run after running each and every test. Currently in testng.xml file we are here, and this after test will be running here, right? So step by step execution will be gone. So this has at the rate test sanity first, so this will be output, right? After this at the rate test, this is single method. If any other at the rate test method was here, so that will be, that was executing, right? But no other method is there, and after test is not in as picture as of now, right? So it will be going back to here, cursor will be here, and now it will execute this second line. This, then again it will be going to sanity package, and inside sanity package it will look for d test class. So see, there is after suite that is not in picture as of now, it will come picture here, come in picture here, right? It will first run this at the rate test sanity second, right? So then this will be your output after this, right? So only one method is present here with the at the rate test. If there was another that was also getting in picture, it was completed here on, okay? But this is only one at the rate test method, then it is executed. Then after completing this line, it will coming to next line, regression dot a test. So it will be going to regression package, and then a test class. Then see, this was executed before test, and this was also executed, right? So these expired from our picture just because these were expired here, and then we are here in this line of the code, right? So then it came here, a test, and looking for the at the rate test annotation regression first, then it will run this, right? Any other method present, any before method is not here, otherwise that will be running before this, right? No any after method, so it will be going back to its line. Then classes are over, and then just because there is no after class, right? So there will be no running of the after class, right? After that, this test, this means the after test, this keep it as after, this slash as after, right? After test will be running, and looking inside whole of these attached classes, there is any after test present, and if three, all the three classes having after test, then it will be running in alphabetical order, but we have only in after test is there in c test, right? So it will be running then after test, and then of course after test there will be after suite, right? Just because the picture will be coming here after test, this is after suite. If this way we will debug the code, we will never face any problem. I will run this and match with the expected output. See, before test, sorry, before suite, let me come here first. Before suite, before test, sanity first, sanity second, regression first, after test, and after suite. If we know the mechanism, if we debug one by one, right? So we will never misunderstand any concept, right? So first of all, try to debug how it works. It start execution from here, just like Java code, right? This is nothing. Similarly, as HTML code works, similarly XML also works. Line by line execution is there. Okay. So this is about adding your test ng, and okay. Before, okay. L- see, see, see. Okay, I got it. See, let me give here. Let me have another after class after C test. Nothing new here. See, once after it will, first of all, it will going to sanity package and C test, right? Order which we have given. It will be going sanity package and C test. First of all, if it is going to your class level, then see, understand first. This checks only for annotations, right? Don't see that it jumps for the code first. This first only looks for the annotations. If you are in this level, then it will be jumping to class then only, right? In this level it doesn't jump to the class level, right? In this level it only checks inside whole project that any at the rate before should any at the rate after at the rate before test annotation is present, right? From here it start going for the class level. So here it will be go to this, and it will be checking whether any before class present. No before class present. So after executing your test, it will execute this and back to the your next line of code here, right? So once it will execute this at the rate sanity first, it will executing after class, because everything else is completed here. If there was another at the rate test annotation, then first it was executing this, and then it was executing second at the rate test annotation method, right? Based on alphabetical order. If that was coming first, then that was executing, right? So here after executing this at the rate test, this will execute this at the rate after class, right? So just after sanity first, your output will be after class in C test. Where is our output? Okay, let me notepad file copy. Let me copy my previous output. So I'll add rest of the output in between, right? So just after sanity, first sanity class is completed, just because only there was one method, right? This at the rate test, this was only one method. Then after this, it will execute after class. Let me copy this out, right? Then this line of executed, it will be coming to second line, going to D test. Any before class? No. Any after class? Yes. So after sanity second, it will execute this after class in D test. After sanity second, after class, right? And we have included in these two only, and let me run. Then it will be coming here, going to this A test. Any before class? No. Any after class? No. Just run it. Meanwhile, it will also run this at the rate test, don't forget, right? And then it will be coming back. Let me run this, match our output. See, after sanity first, there is after class in C test, after sanity second, after class in D test, right? This way it works. It means that these two are in common picture, at the rate before shoot, at the rate before test, right? Once you are debugging anything, let me remove this, just write this in between. Whatever comes, that will come in order, right? First of all the class will be completed after this, right? So after at the rate after class, and at the rate before class, and at the rate after class, at the rate test. Then if there is any at the rate before method, this way it will execute. Anybody else?